All right, good afternoon. I am Michael Barabald. We are at Casa Grande High School. It's a beautiful day for baseball. The Petaluma Trojans come in at 16-7. It's the final game of the regular season, a non-league contest. Petaluma won the first matchup in the Boris Classic in Sacramento 7-2 by strong pitching. They like to do that again. It is Casa's senior day as well. It's going to be an emotional game, and it's going to be a whole lot of fun, and it's coming up next.
Touchdown Trojans! A perfect moment of brilliance.
And we are underway from Casa Grande High School as Danny Marzo steps in on a windy afternoon on the east side of town. And the first pitch of the ball game is fouled off to the right side, and we are underway. Marzo hitting .429 on the year. On the mound for Casa Grande is Travis Morgan. And the second pitch is just missing inside. 1 ball and 1 strike. Gauchos clinched the NBL title last night. And the final tune-up before their league tournament, so that pitch is low and gets by the catcher for ball 2. Jim Salvatella for second year manager for the Trojans. And the pitch just swung on and hit in the air towards center. That's going to be a base hit. And Marzo starts the game off with a single. And that'll bring up Porter Slate. So Marzo starts the day off well for the Trojans. And Morgan will step off. And the first pitch to Slate is in there for a strike. Slate hitting .282 on the year. He's committed to UC Davis for baseball. And the pitch is low. 1 ball and 1 strike. Marzo at first after a leadoff single. And the pitch. That is in there for strike 2. And it's 1-2. Travis Morgan got the start in Casa's big win over Cardinal Newman last Saturday, which they came from behind to win that game. And the pitch swung on, hit high in the air to center, and Joey Lovelace makes the catch. And Marzo will retrieve back to first, 1 down. The pitcher, Nick Andrakin, steps up to the plate. Marzo getting his lead, the pitch. And that's in there for a strike. Blake Viewer not getting the start. He pitched on Tuesday against Almelino and threw 6 dominant innings. Unfortunately, the Trojans lost that game in the 7th. That's hit towards right center field. Lovelace gonna battle the sun, and he makes the catch. And again, Marzo is back to first. That'll bring up the sophomore Sam Brown. Towards right field today, so Brown can get a hold of one. The ball could carry, and the 1, it's fouled back, and it's a quick 0-2. Marzo started the game with a leadoff single, and the Trojans have not been able to do anything since. Morgan checks Marzo at first. Marzo not a big lead. And the 0-2 outside, 1 ball and 2 strikes. Sorry for the camera, it's a little tilted. I'll try and get that fixed at the end of the inning here. Marzo goes, pitches inside, throw to second, not in time, and it can go into center field. Loveless is there to back it up. So Marzo with the steal. And so now the Trojans have a runner in scoring position. See first base coach Nick Savita, pitcher for the Trojans. And pitch. Swung on, hit on the ground to second. Dylan Moore has it, throws to first in time. The inning is over. A hit for the Trojans, one man left on. We will head to the bottom of the first. Gauchos coming up. Nick Andraken to the mound. And the bottom half of the first inning. And Nick Andraken, first pitch is taken outside for ball 1. This is Aaron Van Tegum, and he fouls that one away. Van Tegum had an injury last year, missed almost all the year. He had Tommy John surgery. And here's Andraken's 1-1, and that's low. 2 balls and 1 strike. Trojans looking for a good win to end the regular season. That's hit on the ground to second. Slate bobbles, throws to first, and is safe. And that's going to be an error on Slate and E4. And a very, very close play, but the Gauchos do get the leadoff man on, just as the Trojans did. Let's see if Casa can do anything with it. That's going to bring up Joe Lampy. And he tries to bunt, but he fouls it back to the screen. So the Gauchos look to be playing some small ball early in the game. And a throw over. Sam Brown being the lefty first baseman, it's a faster tag, so it'll be a little easier to pick guys off when Brown is at first. And that's the position he has played most of the year, and another throw over. Van Tegum gets another half step on his lead. And Draken comes to the set. And the pitch. That's high, looked like a pitch out. Trying to find a good place for my iPad so I can still see the Casa roster. And the pitch. And just missed. Comes to the set. Van Tegum with a bigger lead now. Pitch. Swung on and hit to left, and that's going to be a base hit. And Joe Lampy has a base hit, and Casa Grande is set up perfectly, first and second, with nobody out. And that'll bring up the Oregon commit, A.J. Miller. correct. This is the only game on the schedule in high school baseball for Sonoma County, so this is the show in town, and especially here in Petaluma. And Miller swings and misses for strike one. Let's take a look at the defense for the Trojans here on a beautiful day for baseball. The wind blowing, a nice breeze, and the pitch is just missed. Jim Salvatella certainly thought that was strike two, but instead it's ball one. Dragon comes to the set, checks the runner, and he swings, and it's a soft liner foul. And that'll trickle down the right field line, so it'll be 1-2. One ball, two strikes. First and second, nobody out for Casa. And the 1-2. That's high. Cameron Downing on deck for Casa. Not a big lead at second by Bantiga, neither with Lampy at first, with no one holding them on. And Miller swings and misses. And a big out for Nick Andrakin. And there's one down, and that'll bring up Cameron Downing. So Casa will strand the runners for one out. Petaluma got the better of the Gauchos in the Boris Classic up in Sacramento. That was the week after spring break. And that's a pitch in there for a strike. And Draken trying to work out of trouble in inning number one, as did Travis Morgan for Casa Grande. That's fouled back, and the count is 0-2. The defensive alignment for the Trojans: Jack Gallagher's behind the plate, Sam Brown at first, Porter Slade at second, Sam Jacobs at short, Garrett Lewis at third, and the outfield from left to right, it's Danny Marzo, Kempton Brandis, and Bradley Smith. Here comes an 0-2, and just missed inside. Petaluma looking for the out there. Didn't get it. Umpire showed a small strike zone in the little sample size we do have here. Here's Andrakin's 1-2. Swung on, hit down the right field line, and that's going to be a foul ball. And into the crowd. I'll do my best with the camera. It is bright out, so it's going to be hard to see the camera screen. And the pitch is just high, and that'll run the count to 2-2. Petaluma beat LCL last night 10-0. Here comes the 2-2 from Andrakin. Swing and a miss. That was a nice changeup from Andrakin and blocked by Gallagher. So that'll bring up Dylan Moore with two down now. A pair of strikeouts for Nick Andrakin. And the first pitch to Moore is taken inside. Almost hit him. Really starting to blow here. You can probably hear it. Pitch is in the dirt, and it's 2-0. Both these teams won their league championships, and that is high 3-0. Petaluma winning the final Sonoma County League Championship, and Casa winning the North Bay League Championship, the last NBL championship they will receive, as they'll be moving into the Vine Valley Athletic League with Petaluma. And there's a strike right down the middle. The SCL will be disbanded after this CIF sports season. And these two will be meeting 2, possibly 3 times next year. That's in the dirt. Ball 4 and the bases are loaded. So Draken showing signs that he can throw strikes, but struggling to keep that consistent. That's going to bring up the center fielder, Joey Lovelace. So an error, a single, and a walk has the bases loaded. That pitch gets by Gallagher. And here comes Aaron Van Tighem to score, and the Gauchos take a 1-0 lead. Unfortunate happening there. And the Gauchos still have 2 runners in scoring position. And the pitch. And that's outside. 2-0. Gauchos can really put a crooked number up with a base hit here. Pitch. And that's high. Talking about the rivalry this year, Petaluma has dominated most of the sports in this rivalry. Softball and football, basketball, lacrosse, it's all gone to the Trojans, and that's outside. And Draken really struggling with his command here. He's gone 3-0 on 2 straight batters. That's low, ball 4. Base open, not the worst thing in the world, and that'll bring up Cole Santander. Third base coach Chad Fillinger, the manager of the Gauchos. Bases loaded, 2 down. That pitch is in there for a strike. Wind really blowing here at Casa Grande High School. Swing and a miss. Santander chased the high one, and it's a quick 0-2. So Draken way out in the count here and needs a big out here. Here comes the 0-2. Swung on and looped. Inches short right. That's going to dunk in for a base hit. Into scores Lampy. And a second run will score. It is a 2-run single for Cole Santander. And it's now 3-0 Casa Grande. Then I'll bring up the right fielder, Justin Millard. And Casa struck for 3 first-inning runs. First pitch. It's high. Big hole in the left side as Sam Jacobs is playing towards the middle, and that is laced into left center field. And another run is going to come in for the Gauchos. They're going to wave Santander home. The throw to the plate by Jacobs, not in time. A 5th run scores. And Millard is into third with a 2-run triple. And it's 5-0 Gauchos. And I'll bring out manager Jim Salvatella for the Trojans. Not the start you want. if you're the Trojans. So Andraken will be left in here to try and get the final out of this first inning. It has been a long first inning. So now we will go back wide. There's Ebi Gordon. I pitched in there for a strike. You thought if Andraken could get through that inning without a run, they could probably settle in. But that has not happened here. It's fouled out of play. And it's a quick 0-2. In inning number 1, so a lot of time for the Trojans to make a comeback, but it'll be very, very difficult. That is up the middle. A great play by Jacobs. Throw to first. It's going to be wide. Another run scores, and it is 6-0 Gauchos. Van Tighem is going to bat again, as the Gauchos have batted around in inning number 1. And the first pitch from Andraken is hit on the ground to third, and Lewis will go to short way to second for the out. Inning is over. A 6-run Gaucho first inning, and we'll see what Petaluma can do to cut into the deficit. 6-0 Gauchos after 1. Back here in the second inning. That pitch is inside to Kempton Brandis to start off the top of the second. Just a disastrous start for Petaluma. As a pair of errors and a few Gaucho loop hits led to a 6-run first, and Brandis is going to shoot that one foul. And the count will be 1-1. Camera may move a little bit here. I apologize. Still trying to get the gist of it here. Had a late start this morning. That's on the ground to short. Go to first by Lampy is in time, 1 away. That'll bring up Garrett Lewis, the freshman. And the Gaucho outfield will take a few steps back to prevent a double for Lewis. And the first pitch from Morgan is swung ahead high in the air to left. And the catch is made in left by Van Tighem for the second out. That'll bring up Devin Gauchos. Gauchos is DHing for the shortstop Sam Jacobs today, not for Andraken. It's he in the first. And there's a strike. 2 quick outs for Travis Morgan here in the second inning. A 6-0 Casa lead. And a swing and a miss on the pitch of the dirt. And it's a quick 0-2 to Gauchos, and the Trojans are in danger. Going down 1-2-3. I'm standing in the bullpen, the first base bullpen, and no action. So it looks like they're going to stick with Andraken and maybe have him eat up some innings. And Gauchos gets hit. And they're going to say he leaned into it. And Jim Salvatella is not happy. The first base dugout erupted. They're going to say Gauchos leaned into it, as Jim Salvatella will talk to the home plate umpire. It didn't look like that he leaned into it at all. It was just a curveball that didn't break, and it hit Gaucho on the elbow. And Gaucho's gonna have to stay at the plate, and it's gonna be 1-2. So a bad break for Petaluma. So Gaucho will try again, and I'm sure he would like nothing more to get a hit here. Hits that one to third. Santander throws in time, inning over. So Gaucho grounds out, and at the end of 1.5, 6-0 Gauchos. Bottom half of the second here at Casa Grande High School. Joe Lampy to lead off for the Gauchos. Nick and Draken back to work, and the first pitch is low. That's also in the dirt. Comes to 2-0. There's in there for a strike. The 2-1. That's fouled away. So it'll be 2 balls and 2 strikes. Lampy singled in the top half, or the bottom half of the first. That started a 6-run Gaucho inning. And strike 3 call, a changeup on the outside corner. And there's 1 away. Gonna move my camera. Jacob Touchband getting loose for the Trojans. There's AJ Miller. That's fouled off. Miller struck out in the first inning. Struck out on a high fastball from Andraken. That's inside. Back the slider. Rolls that one down the line, foul. And it'll be 1 ball and 2 strikes. And Draken doing a much better job of getting ahead in the count. And getting the first out here. And here comes the 1-2. That's fouled back. Gavin Ochoa pitched last night against LC Allen. Draken winds and fires. High, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Petaluma with a shift. You see Garrett Lewis playing over where shortstop is, and then 3 infielders on the right side for the Trojans. Porter Slate in short right field. And a slider just missed. You would think he would have called it again after ringing up the last hitter, Joe Lampy, on that same exact pitch. And Miller foul tips one into the glove of Jack Gallagher as he hangs on for the second out. And Miller strikes out for the second time. That'll bring up Cameron Downing, the catcher. Chad Fillinger, the manager for the Gauchos in his first year. And there's a strike. And Draken looking better. If they can shut down the Gauchos for a couple more innings, maybe the Trojans can scratch and claw for a few runs to tighten this deficit. And he fouls that one away, and a quick 0-2 for Andraken. Someone Zaccarello warming up for the Gauchos in their bullpen, and time is called at the plate. O2 in the dirt. Nice block by Jack Gallagher, the junior catcher. It's the Gauchos senior day, and they had a nice ceremony before the game. They honored the Trojan seniors, which is always nice. High, and that'll go to 2 balls and 2 strikes. Here comes Andrakins 2-2. And a check swing. Did he go? Yes, he did, says the first base umpire. Inning over. So a great inning for Andrakin. He strikes out the side in order. And Petaluma comes up in the top of the third. 6-0 Gauchos. New pitcher for the Gauchos. It's Zach Arella. After 2 dominant innings by Travis Morgan. Bradley Smith to lead off for the Trojans. And the first pitch here in the top of the third is swung on and missed by Smith. Smith playing right field today. And the 0-1. Pitch is low. 1 ball and 1 strike. The umpire has shown to have a rather tight strike zone. Smith swings and hits one right back to Orella. He fooled me. And he flips to first for the out. And that'll bring up Jack Gallagher, the number 9 hitter. Pitch inside. Nick, move over. Yeah. Sorry about that. Pitch. That's low, and it'll be 2 balls and no strikes. The 2-0. Gallagher swings and hits a high drive to left. Antigam is there. 2 down. Danny Marzo will now hit with 2 outs. He started the game with a single. Marzo ended up getting into scoring position, but it was probably a little too late in that first inning. And he swings and fouls that one away. Outside. Comes the 1-1. It's outside. 2 balls and 1 strike. Hit towards the right side. Bobbled by Miller, and the play at first. Marzo is safe as Orella tried to come over and cover the bag, but Marzo is just too quick. And that's going to be, I would probably say, a hit, as that was a tough play for Miller from the start. And that'll bring up Porter Slate. So Marzo is on for the second time. First pitch to Slate. That's outside for ball 1. 6-0 Gauchos here in the top half of the third. 2 outs. Marzo on first. 1-0. Swung on, hit down the right field line, and that ball is going to be foul. It's only 321 down the right field line here at Casa Grande, and the wind is blowing out towards right field. .316 down the left field line and 339 to dead center. And it's 1 ball and 1 strike. In the dirt. Here comes the 2-1. Popped up. And it's going to bounce past Millard. He said he couldn't see it. And Slade is going to be into second with what should be a double. It's just Millard lost it in the sun. So here's Nick Andraka with a chance to redeem himself a little bit and cut into this deficit. In the dirt. Trojan gave up 6 first-inning runs for the Gauchos. Inside. Two balls and no strikes. Sam Brown on deck for Petaluma. There's a strike. Comes to 2-1. Line into center field. That's going to be over the head of Loveless. Marzo scores, Slate scores, and Draken is into second with a 2-run double. And it's now 6-2. The Trojans get themselves on the board. And that'll bring up Sam Brown. So the missed ball by Millard plays pivotal as it allows 2 Trojan runners to score on the Andraken double. Then I bring up sophomore Sam Brown in the dirt. Sets, fires. That is roped into left center field. That's going to be a base hit. And Draken is going to score easily. And Sam Brown is going to slide into second with an RBI double. And it's now 6-3. So 3 runs for Petaluma in this inning, and they are not done yet, as it'll bring up Kempton Brandis, the center fielder. The meeting at the mound. So Kempton Brandis, the center fielder, can cut into this just a little bit more. Pitch hit high in the air. Center field, Loveless makes the catch. The inning is over. 3 runs for the Trojans. They cut the deficit in half, and it is now 6-3 Gauchos. Back here on the bottom of the third, Nick and Draken has gone 3-0 to the first hitter. There's a strike. And there's strike 2. And the count is 3 balls and 2 strikes. Shutdown inning needed for the Trojans. Strike 3 called. Dylan Moore does not like the call. And there's 1 down. So here's Joey Loveless, the center fielder. Pitch is high. So Andraken comes back from 3-0 down to strike out Moore. That's in there for a strike. And the 1-1. That's a slider in there for strike 2. A nice pitch. And it counts 1-2. And the 1-2. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. And the momentum could be turning for the Trojans should Andraken get a 1-2-3 inning here. And here's Cole Santander. Popped up. And that is going to be out of play. Here comes the 0-1. Pitch is high. 6-3 game here, bottom half of the third. Pitch just missed. Some of the Petaluma fans getting restless. Here comes the 2-1. Popped up, that'll be out of play for sure. That's going over towards the softball field here at Casa Grande High School. Trojan Live will have coverage of the SCL tournament for both baseball and softball. That pitch is high. Those are both next week. The softball team will be playing Pioneer on Tuesday, and the baseball team still undecided, either playing Annalee or El Molino in round 1. That's hit in the air. Shallow right. Smith will call it, and he dropped it. And the Sun is playing a lot of trouble on both teams in right field. So we'll see if Andraken can hold. Zaccarella cannot do that for the Gauchos. Pitch in the dirt. Nice block by Gallagher. Pitch. Popped out of play. And the pitch. Inside, 2 balls and 1 strike. Scoreboard hasn't really caught up with that. There we go. 2-1. 2 outs, runner on second. And that hits batter, and they're going to allow him first base. Here's Eli Gordon now. That's high. Two balls and no strikes. Both teams could be looking at deep NCS playoff runs. They both should be high seeds. That's inside, I guess. It's going to be 3-0. A very, very tight zone by the home plate umpire. Smith still upset with himself out and right. There's a strike. See if Dragon can work all the way back. It's 3 balls and 1 strike with 2 outs. That is roped to left field, and Marzo will let it bounce in front of him. Throw will go to third, and Lewis can't skip it. It's going to be an RBI double for Eli Gordon, and that constantly playing right comes back to haunt the Trojans, and it's 7-3 Gauchos. Here's Aaron Van Teekum. There's a strike. Owen won the count, 2 outs, 7-3 Gauchos in the third. That pitch gets by Gallagher. Here comes Rowett. And they got him. Great play by Gallagher. And Chad Fillinger is going to have a word with the home plate umpire. I did certainly think he got the tag down, although the Gauchos do not think so. It was a great play by Gallagher. So that'll be the end of 3, 7-3 Gauchos lead. Back here for the top of the 4th inning, 7-3 Casa leads Petaluma. Let me go back to a wide shot here. 7-3 Gauchos 4th inning. Garrett Lewis will step up to the plate. The freshman. And there's a strike. Lewis, one of 2 freshmen on the team. Gavin Ochoa is the other. That's popped up. Right field. There's trouble, but Millard this time is able to make the play. Here's Devin Gauchos. Gauchos DHing for shortstop Sam Jacobs today. And he popped it up. Miller at first. It's a quick 2 outs for the Gauchos. Here's Bradley Smith, the right fielder. Gauchos got all their base runners with 2 outs. Let's see if the Trojans can do the same here in the 4th. And he popped it up right side, and it'll drop as it was too long of a run from Miller. So the count's 1 ball and 1 strike. Here comes the 1-1. Let's hit to center. Coming in is Loveless, and he will make the catch. A 1-2-3 inning for Zaccarella, and after 3.5, 7-3 Gauchos. Bottom half of the 4th inning from Casa Grande High School, 7-3 Gauchos lead. It'll be Aaron Van Tegum to lead off for Casa Grande, the left fielder. Nick Andraken looking for a shutdown inning. He tries to bunt, he misses, and it'll be strike 1. Pitch. That's looped. Shuttle left center field. Sam Jacobs will make the catch. And there's the first out. Then I'll bring up Joe Lampy, the shortstop. Down on the ground to second. And Slate, it goes under his glove, and Lampy is going to reach. The 3rd error of the game for Petaluma. And then I'll bring up A.J. Miller, who has struck out twice already. Jacob Touchman gets loose in the bullpen. Lampy, not a big lead. Pitch. Inside. Scores from last night. Annalee beat El Molino 9-1. St. Vincent beat Technology 12-1. Lampy bluffs, doesn't go, pitches in the dirt. Counts 2-0. Pioneer beat Healdsburg 12-2 last night up at Rec Park. So Pioneer will be the 2nd place team, the 2 seed in the SCL tournament. And that is lined into right center field. That's going to get down for a base hit. Lampy to 3rd. A little hesitation by Brandis, and the ball gets away from Lewis. And no advance as Miller is at 2nd. That'll be a single, and he will advance to 2nd on the throw. And here comes Jim Salvatella. See what he has in mind here. The Trojans not playing clean baseball here today. And Draken will have at least one more batter. So that'll bring up Cameron Downing, the catcher. Second and third, 1 out. Here's Downing. Luca, how are you? Got some Trojan fans. That pitch is in there for strike 1. Big at bat for Andraken.
How many costs you want me to win off?
How many what?
Costs you want me to win off?
Any, whatever you want. I'm not big piece. And the 0-1. And that's in there for strike 2. Quick 0-2 for Andrake and a big at bat here with the infield in for Petaluma. The 0-2. That's fouled at the plate.
Aiden's for Trojan Live.
Yeah.
Attaboy.
Luca's on Trojan Live right now.
How many viewers?
It's being recorded, Luca.
Oh.
I tried to do it for YSN, but I wasn't getting a good connection out here. Here comes the 0-2 pitch. And he hits him. The second Gaucho batter that has been hit, and the bases are now loaded for Dylan Moore. And here comes Salvatella, and that's going to be it for Andraken. So that'll be it. Jacob Touchband coming in for the Trojans.
Well, that would do it from the Casa Grande High Baseball Diamond. We did have a camera issue, so that was all of the game we got, but you didn't miss too much as the Trojans were blown out by the Gauchos. Final score, 20-7. Don't forget to check out all of our other Trojan Live sports coverage right here, including many other baseball games. Thank you so much for tuning in.